Is at LincolnPrintersInc.com.
News time is 11 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Friday morning. Top of the morning from the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded local newscast. Brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters, and the morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Navigator Heartland Greenway LLC has withdrawn its application for a CO2 pipeline that would have covered parts of Nebraska, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, and Illinois. The pipeline would have stretched more than 1,300 miles across 5 states, and Navigator CO2 withdrew the motion on Tuesday in front of the Illinois Commerce Commission. The newest motion for filing came in February of 2023 when an application to construct and operate an interstate carbon dioxide transportation pipeline in Illinois was presented to the ICC. According to official documents, Navigator Heartland Greenway is reassessing the route and other aspects of the pipeline system and the application. They intend to refile at a later date, depending on an evaluation of what the best plan is moving forward. Owen McBride is the attorney filing on behalf of Navigator Heartland Greenway. Illinois is not the only setback that Navigator Heartland Greenway has had. After South Dakota rejected their request for a pipeline, they also withdrew their plans in Iowa. The original plans would have had the pipeline depositing CO2 deep in the earth at sites in Montgomery, Christian, and DeWitt counties. We are coming off what is the first month of no cash bail in Illinois, and local law enforcement has seen its impacts on a limited basis so far. On the WHOW Morning Show Thursday, DeWitt County Sheriff Mike Walker told Regional Radio they've had one instance of an individual that was booked and released as a part of this policy.
We haven't seen a whole lot of changes in jail population. We're still staying about what we were. Our first incident with it, or I should say encounter with it, was the city police had a situation where a couple of gentlemen had an altercation about the one's driving habits, and the guy was driving down the alley and the person thought he was driving too fast. So he commenced to grabbing a pipe wrench and approached him, cussing him and threatening him, and it was caught on video of a house. So once the city seen that, they arrested him for aggravated assault. Normally, that would have been a situation of felony, which would have been detained under the Pre-Trial Fairness Act. It was not. He was brought to jail, processed, and released. We're seeing that. That's what we're going to see. We're going to see a lot of things that could have been detained that they're not. If they're not detainable offenses, what we are doing is we're bringing them to jail. We're going to process them and send them on their way, which by processing them means, mugshot, fingerprints, and then issue a court date for them to return.
Sheriff Walker is finding each judge and county is doing something different as it relates to the safety legislation.
One of the things that I have seen and found out, the Illinois Sheriff's Association started having monthly Zoom meetings. We had one on Tuesday, and it kind of sounds like just about every county in the state is doing things a little bit differently. Each judges are doing things differently. So it's just like with out of county warrants. If we get somebody that's arrested in another county on one of our warrants, and it's an old warrant which has a bond or a no bond warrant, we have 5 days to get there to get them. We had a situation, I was talking to Sheriff Lane up in McLean County. They had a situation where they had someone get arrested on a warrant in Cook County. Cook County called and told them, you need to get here and get them. If you're not here, we're going to release them. He's like, well, we got 5 days. No, you either get here or we're going to release them. We're getting a lot of people that are probably going to be released on things that they normally would not have been.
Right. According to Sheriff Walker, some counties are even eliminating cash bails on cases before the implementation date of September 19th. He notes it's just not coming from counties up north either.
Well, what they do is the old anything prior to the way our county is handling it anyway, and I think this is the way it's meant to be statewide, but I can only speak for the way we're doing it. Any warrant that was issued prior to September 18th of this year, if it has a bond, that bond is still in effect. If somebody has a warrant for battery and the judge issued a bond $10,000 bond, $1,000, 10% applies, $1,000 bond.
Yeah.
We're going to bring him to jail. If he can't post that, then he is going to stay in jail until he goes in front of the judge. Then the judge may at that time determine to release him.
Oh, okay.
Now, there are some counties, I found out on this Zoom meeting, that some judges are taking that as no cash bail means no cash bail. So regardless of when that was issued, they're not being held on. Depends on the judge, depends on the state's attorney, how they're interpreting it. There's a lot of things that need tweaked on it, I think, that we're going to find. Hopefully the legislators will find.
Sheriff Walker remains optimistic. Eventually, lawmakers will get around to adjusting the law. While it may not be soon, he does believe it will get revisited. The Kenney Civic League is known for its apple sheet pies, and this past September, they added a new food to the annual Apple and Pork Festival offerings. Debbie Rhodes with the Kenney Civic League explains they added biscuits and gravy to their sales this year, something they felt went over very well.
This year, we're serving biscuits and gravy on the grounds, and it's went over really well, plus our apple Danish sheet pies and our cinnamon rolls. So, yeah, it's been really nice. We've been very busy, steady. Yesterday was kind of swamped, but yes, doing good. That supports our Kenney Fall Festival, the funds that we make here at the grounds. Well, the board of the museum was looking for someone to do a breakfast item, and our representative that went to the board meeting decided we could do it. So we worked it out, and it's been successful, actually.
Preparations for the annual Apple and Pork Festival begin the weekend prior to the festival, when Rhodes indicates they begin preparing the apple sheet pies and other food items.
There was probably about 20 volunteers. Friday at 1 we started and got done about 5:30, and then Saturday all day. It was amazing, all the people that came and helped us. And we usually do make them on Sunday, but we got through them and we had volunteers and we didn't have to use Sunday to make them. So awesome. At the Kenney Community Center, we have that available to us, so we take advantage of it. Yeah, we take over the first floor, both rooms, with doing it. Ladies peeling apples for us, and then the ones that roll off the dough and all that. Yes, big effort. We got them from an orchard down south this year. They were very nice apples. I can't think of the name right now, I'm sorry. But they were Golden Jonathan, I believe. But they were. So we have a lady that all night long, she's getting those ready and baking them and let it raise and all that stuff, and then haul them up here. So, yes, and they're very good, too.
Again, the funds from the Apple and Pork Festival go into the annual Kenney Fall Festival. Rhodes appreciates all those that came out for the festival and feels it was another great year of fun, food, and entertainment in Kenney. The Kenney Fall Festival is always the weekend after Labor Day. A Central Illinois STEM and preschool teacher is the Illinois Agriculture in the Classroom Teacher of the Year. The honor this year goes to Amanda Stanko, who teaches at Corpus Christi Catholic School in Bloomington.
Kind of unnerving. I feel really excited and really nervous, and really honored to be selected, because I know there are a million great teachers doing wonderful things every day. I'm just glad to be one of them. We do a wide range. Since I work with so many different age groups, we get to target many different activities, many different topics. So for example, right now we're doing biodegradable versus non-biodegradable, sustainable versus non-sustainable items. For third grade, they're working on, we just made milk plastic so that they could learn about those kinds of polymers. Now we're doing corn plastic, talking about safe for the environment. My sixth graders are currently working on an engineering project, building marble runs for their buddies, because here at Corpus Christi we have buddies, so they've been working on a project for 5 weeks to get to them. My fourth graders are working on an engineering project as well. I'm fortunate enough that I get to teach a range of ages, so that I get to work on many different things.
Stanko will be recognized at the 2023 Illinois Farm Bureau annual meeting in Chicago and will receive a trip to the 2024 National Ag in the Classroom Conference in Salt Lake City, Utah. She will also be the Illinois nominee for the United States Department of Agriculture National Excellence in Teaching Ag Award. Cody Coaster, a family and consumer science teacher at Warren High School, Joe Davies County, was named runner-up for the honor. News time is 20 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Friday. We've got plenty more coming your way next on the WHOW Morning Show.
Looking for Chevrolet inventory? This is Scott Baum from Baum Chevrolet Buick here in Clinton. We have the all-new Chevrolet Trax, Blazer, and Trailblazers coming. Plus, several Chevrolet Equinoxes and Traverses are here. This month, take advantage of extra $1,000 trade-in assistance on your trade. There's always a need for quality trades here at Baum's. BaumChevyBuick.com. Right from the start.
News time is 21 minutes after the hour. Again, I'm Seth Lawrence with you folks today for this expanded local newscast. Early detection of various health issues is a key to effective treatment. For women, screenings for breast cancer, cervical cancer, colon cancer, and osteoporosis are advised. So an expert with OSF Healthcare says you need to talk with your provider about what screenings are right for you and when. OSF provider Dina Brown says women over age 65 should be checked for osteoporosis.
If the bone density is low, then we can initiate treatment with medication to help increase the strength of the bones and basically prevent future fractures, which can cause debility for women.
The National Institute of Health says the screening is typically a simple X-ray and should be done every 2 years. The state is on the lookout for the next generation of IT workers. Governor J.B. Pritzker says the state is launching a tech training program that will bolster the tech workforce and pay the students for their time in the program.
Students in the program will be paid while they complete their training. And that training salary starts at $54,000, allowing us to attract and retain excellent workers for reliable state government jobs. We need you. This is like Uncle Sam calling on you to join the government because we really need you.
After completion, students will be offered a job with the state's Department of Information and Technology. The cohorts will be based out of the City College in Chicago and Lincoln Land Community College in Springfield. A study high need areas are cybersecurity, networking, coding, and database and end user infrastructure. A new report shows the yearly growth in global ag productivity is shrinking to alarmingly low levels. Gary Crawford has this report. 28 minutes after 7 o'clock is news time on this Friday. Coverage of news is brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters, and we stream to Facebook and YouTube. Brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent.